Hello, Thundersmith here, welcome to the Gaming Nexus. So, as always, I am starting my episode with a quick checkout of the market to confirm what I can trade today, and after that, I'll be buying stuff and actually loading my boat and leaving. In the meantime, I wanted to tell you about last trade, if you missed previous episode, because in the previous episode I was unable to sold all of my cargo, and I was forced to stay with 5 crates of goat cheese. So this time I will need to actually find a destination where I can sell the goat cheese and new goods, so the honey beer I just bought. And this destination is Alchemists Academy. And because Alchemist Island have some unique goods, so energy elixir and snake oil, I'll be trying to become a trade scammer selling snake oil. You probably know the story that in the old times there were like those traders who brought different unique medicines from the west or from the east, depending where you were on the world, and they often had snake oil, and they told their clients that snake oil is good for everything and it's just cure for all illnesses, any illness, and like universal cure. And people tend to believe that, and they bought heavily overpriced snake oil, only to find out that it was something as common as apple juice or something like that. So it was nothing amazing, it was just a scam, and those were scammers that wanted people to just spend their money, and they just scammed group of people in one city and left with their goods to the next city before the community can catch the wind of their wrongdoings and actually hold them accountable. So yeah, I'll be trying that. Maybe I can sell my snake oil with some good profit at Alchemists Academy, or maybe they're too smart for it. We will see. So, yeah, I just departed. So I left Alchemist Island and I'm sailing in the direction of Gold Rock City. This time my travel schedule is a little bit more complicated than most times, because traveling directly from Alchemist Island to Alchemists Academy can be hard. So I need to go to Gold Rock City, then to Alninem, and then to Alchemists Academy. If you watched previous episodes, you know that Alchemists Academy is like a really tiny island, and we don't want to miss it. So I need to use other major points, vantage points, to actually dead wreck on my way to the Alchemists Academy. Otherwise, I may not find it. So yeah, for now we'll be sailing in the direction of the Gold Rock City, and once we have the Gold Rock City east from us, then I should turn west, go west, to hopefully meet with the Alninem Island. And once I approach Alninem Island, I should turn north to actually go in the direction of Alchemists Academy, and swimming directly north in a straight line should allow me to find it quickly. So that's the plan for today's travel, and I'll be slowly realizing that. So this is another of my almost full-length sailing session. So this video, as two previous episodes, include whole the process of sailing, except of course loading the boat, unloading the boat, and some duration of sleep, because nobody wants to just look at filling up progress bar. That's just boring. So I'm skipping that in my videos. I'm skipping unloading and loading because I find it boring and it also takes a lot of time. In most cases, if I showed you how I'm loading my boats, it would take almost 2 times longer than my videos already are, and that's not the point, to keep them that long. By the way, I would like to thank you for your engagement in my previous videos. My statistics are slowly rising, and I see it. So thank you for your engagement. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm really glad that you like them. Maybe I don't have many comments yet, but I can see your engagement. I can see likes. I can see that medium watch time is rising slowly. So I really want to thank you for your engagement. This means a lot for my channel. It allows me to slowly grow. I don't expect to explode anytime soon. I'm not Mr. Beast. But anyway, thank you for your engagement. That's really nice of you that you like my videos. This means a lot. This actually adds a lot of motivation for further videos and keeping channel alive. So yeah, once again, thank you for your engagement. In this episode, we will be sailing for quite some time. I can tell you that. Let's be real, you've seen the length of the video. I have nothing to hide about the length of the video, so let's be real, we'll be sailing for a long time. The wind is not especially helpful, it's from the side, it's not bad, it's not good, it's neutral, let's say. So it's pushing us forward with some decent speed, so around 4 knots as always, and we can't actually hope for anything faster than that. Maybe if wind changes later on, but up until then, no, we cannot count for any faster sailing. Maybe up until big ship with more sails we can actually sail faster. That's one point why I need bigger ship. The second part is to actually carry more goods and have a little bit more space. Because, yeah, you can see my boat is pretty tiny for the amount of cargo I am carrying lately. Well, later on, once I grab some cash again, I can start trading like those really expensive goods that I will be able to just bought single pieces of, and this will not take a lot of space on my ship, so this actually can be fit onto my small boat. But once I have bigger ship, I will be able to reach my destination faster in most cases, because more sails equals more speed. As simple as that. So right now it's a bit dark, but I'm not adjusting lighting because it's morning and the light from the sun will be coming up with every passing second. So we can see that it's starting to shine already. We can see Gold Rock City. And yeah, the day is starting, so there's no point. Yeah. I can definitely tell you that later on there is a fragment that I needed to adjust the night colors because you did see nothing, absolutely nothing. So I had to change that. But that's in a moment. Well, in a long moment, let's say. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm looking directly south, well, east, sorry. I'm looking directly east, and I'm checking where east is. You see, looking directly in the east direction, I can actually create line from Gold Rock City to my boat, and it will be horizontal line on the map. So I'm waiting for the moment when the top of Gold Rock City, like north part of the North Rock, will be aligned with my east pointing compass. So east is exactly there where the sun is, and I want east to be aligned with the left part of the rock. What will this mean? It will mean that my boat, my ship, from which I'm looking at Gold Rock City, is actually at such a cave on the map. So looking from the bottom of the map, it will be exactly on the same cave as the top part of Gold Rock City North Rock. So this will be my line describing where my ship is. I could also take measurement of the other angle for the like south part of Gold Rock City, so the bottom rock, and crossing those two lines can pinpoint my position more or less. It's triangulation, simple concept. So you have to measure like angle to two objects of known sizes, and then you can triangulate your distance from that. And because we have map that is scaled, so we can easily just draw two lines and find our position exactly. That's simple. And it's also useful. So worth knowing this technique. And yeah, I'm still sailing. I'm sailing a little bit north, a little bit west, because that's the direction Alan Academy is anyway. So I'll keep doing that. As you can see, I started measure where the north part of Gold Rock City is. So I'm checking. Yeah. Right now I'm trying to triangulate my position on the sea. So I know that I'm more or less somewhere here, because I took angles between 2 points of Gold Rock City, so from the north and from the south part of Gold Rock City rocks, and this allowed me to more or less pinpoint my position on the map without using actually any tools other than a compass. Of course, it's not precise measurement because I don't have any scale grid on the map, and I don't have any actual nautical tools or even normal mathematical tools like simply a pencil and a ruler to actually draw the angles. And of course, my compass is not precise enough for like navigation, so I can't take precise angles up to even minutes and then pinpoint exact position on the map. That's not not the level of the draconian I can do with the tools game actually gives us. But if you want to play with that, I've seen on other channel there is a tool that allows you to actually draw your path on the map and use other different nautical tools for navigation. and then you can use the compass measurements that I took and pinpoint position on the map exactly. Again, exactly to the some degree, because actually the compass doesn't show you degrees, and that's problematic. Anyway, enough about navigation. I talked about that a lot in a few minutes before now. So yeah, I'm slowly aligning myself with north part of the Goldrock City. It will be, at some point, it will be directly east, and then it means I'm exactly level with it, and I need to turn west directly to swim west, so I can find Al Nilem. And that's that for a moment. We have 5 crates of gold cheese and 10 or 12. I think 10, maybe 12. 6 plus 4, 10. So we have 10 barrels of honeybee. Honeybee. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bees make honey. That's definitely true. But what I wanted to say is honey beer. Strange. Some people would change the bee for beer, but I changed beer for bee, so that's something, I guess. Anyway. Oh my gosh, it was so stupid. Well, who cares, right? So yeah, we have some cargo, we have rather normal sea, nothing extreme, a little bit stronger wind than most days. So yeah, we're maybe sailing a little bit faster than expected, but I don't suppose it is much. So yeah, I'm reviewing trade receipts from previous days just to confirm the prices. I'll be checking them, of course, once we reach our destination. I don't want to sell my cargo under the buy price. I don't want to generate more loss. Oh, about the subject. If you missed previous episode, I had my first loss of the series. It was like really tiny loss, and it was only because I was forced to buy new resources, so crate of food, barrel of water, and that caused me to actually go into the red, and I was like 27 or something Alan Lions down from what I was before, so even after the trade I still lost money, and that's, well, sometimes happens, especially if you have not very good trade and if you're being too greedy. Because I tried to double my money by selling something around 20 crates of goat cheese to Alchemists Island, but after selling 15, it just happened to fall below the buy price and I stopped selling, and well, that happened. I was left with the cargo, and well, even after I sell the cargo, I would still be a little bit in the red, watch previous episode ending if you're interested in details. I don't remember them right now, but each of my episodes of the Sailwind series is finished with the cash summary, so you can see exact numbers, how far are we in, and how good we are doing. By the way, if you watched the previous video, or even previous before that, and you survived up until the end and watched the summary, please let me know what do you think about the progress bar I just introduced in previous episodes. I think it's quite nice and quite good visualizes the actual progress of the campaign, and I'm pretty confident of it, and I think it's pretty nice. So I hope you like it too, because I put a lot of work to actually make it and keep it working properly. Also, if you feel that like summary screen is too short or something, also please let me know in the comments. Every feedback is good, because maybe I'll be able to do something better. So don't hesitate to tell me what do you think, what I can do better. Or if you're just happy how it is, then you can always tell that everything's fine, keep what you're doing. That's also very nice, and I thank everyone who is kind enough to motivate me for further working on my Sailwind series, even if it's not the most search query in the YouTube. But as you maybe know me, or maybe not, I'm not like running after what's the most popular. I did few videos that are somewhere around Minecraft subjects, but that's just because I have few games that are voxel and they kinda similar to Minecraft. But I'm not trying to fall into the whole Minecraft hype or Minecraft movie hype or nothing like this. I just have my specific games with my specific do's and don't do's, and like I just like doing my stuff my way. So maybe that's good, maybe that's not good. I'm glad that there are at least a few people that finds my content interesting, even if it's not the best content on the YouTube. Well, I'm not the television studio, so be sure to note that I don't have professional equipment. I'm not recording from my mom's basement, but anyway, my equipment is far from professional. I hope that's not heard in the recording. Well, I'm not telling about my voice, I'm telling about all the different squeaks and cracks in the background. I'm keeping my thumbs that they're fine. Also, a little bit of maybe spoiler for the upcoming Saturday. I wanted to make a video about the Schedule 1, the more very popular game that just came out. I'm not really sure how to approach that subject, because it's a pharmaceutical simulator, but on the against the law side. So I hope you know what I mean. And I think YouTube is actually not very kind of that type of content. So I don't know, maybe I will be forced to like blur some parts or something. I don't really know how to approach that. If any of you is by some accident a YouTuber watching my video, please let me know. You can find my contact in my channel info, because I would really like to know how to approach such a video. If I won't be able to find out how to approach that, then I'll probably change the game to something other, just because I can. And nobody can say me no. As last time, as he published some Warzone 2100. Yeah, it's fine. I like this game. It reminds me of good times. Really, really good times. That was nice time when I had no duties. I could actually relax properly. That was very good times. Good times. I hope you too have such nostalgic games that bring you back to your childhood and actually allow you to feel the same happy, warm emotions that you felt when you played the game when you were a child. That's amazing feeling. I will be lying if I said otherwise. That's amazing feeling, and I'm really hoping that everyone can at some point find this experience, because it's amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah. So in the meantime, I performed my turn to the west, and right now I'm sailing directly to the west in hopes of meeting Alnilem Island, because it's more or less exactly on the line with the top of Goldrock City. That's why I wanted to be on that line, because then I know that if I turn left to the west, I can actually meet with Alnilem directly by swimming west. Of course, we will be a little bit off by the wind direction, because my method would actually bring us directly to the island only if the wind was directly from the back and would not push our boat in any other direction. But the wind is from the side all the time, and it is pushing my boat to the right without us turning. So with all the boat body, we are just sailing mostly forward, but somewhat to the north in this setting. So we should land somewhere around the north part of Alnilem, and then we can turn north to actually find Alan Academy. And that's where we're going to unload the cargo. My resources are unluckily slowly depleting, so in 2, maybe 3 more trades I'll be forced to actually buy more resources. and I can go into red again, especially if I get a wrong trade after that. So let's hope for that to be in the right city for the good trades. Otherwise, it may be actually putting me farther away from my target of buying the big ship in Alang region. Also, please let me know if after the campaign, after acquiring the big boat, are you interested in the second series where we'll be preparing the big boat for the inter-archipelago travel? So I'll be gathering cash for different items like dryers, like smokers, and I intend to use them to survive my travel and like maybe fishing rod, firewood, or something. Or if you prefer to prepare the big boat with just the crates, because we can calculate the travel time, it's around 10 days. So I can just buy enough food for 10 days and buy enough water for 10 days and buy some fruits just to survive the travel. And with only the crates on the boat, we can try to cross the ocean with our supplies without actually fishing on the way. So it's up to you. The third option is that you're bored of the Sailwind and you want for me to start another series from some other game. So then I'll just finish the Sailwind campaign and start something different. Maybe it would be a Riftbreaker campaign, or maybe it will be Roadcraft campaign, or who knows, whatever I decided to record in the long run. The Sailwind is one of the most unique for me games due to its relaxing properties. I really love the sounds of the game and beautiful, really peaceful environment. Gives really relaxing vibes, you know. And it's pretty. Even if it's a little bit low poly, it's still pretty. My biggest issue with Sailwind ropes are when they were in the 3D mode rather than 2D mode. They are in the 3D mode right now, I think. But in the beginning, when the 3D mode for the ropes were introduced, they were so freaking buggy. So when you attach the mooring rope and detach the mooring rope, it created like floating points of rope that were following your boat everywhere, and each mooring and unmooring increased numbers of blue dots. And I'm not sure about that, but I feel like the amount doubled. So it was like 1 floating dot, 2 floating dots, 4 floating dots, 8 for floating dots, 16 floating dots, and it was so freaking annoying. Especially that once I was in the port and I was actually moving my brick around, and I needed to detach the mooring rope multiple times because I was just moving the boat around the dock and wanted it to face the correct direction and be moored with the correct ropes. So it was so freaking crazy that when the floating dot started appearing, at first I haven't noticed because it's easy to miss one floating dot or two floating dots. But once there were like 30 near each rope, I was like, oh no, something bad's happening. And like, I reloaded the game just to check if this helps, and it actually did. So the floating points disappeared, but unluckily, they were still appearing after, well, from the beginning. So again, 1, 2, 4, again, and so on. But they were still appearing during attaching, detaching the mooring rope, and this was annoying. And I found out that in the main menu there is experimental mode for the ropes enabled, and once you disable experimental mode for the ropes, the points actually disappear, but the ropes are not 3D but 2D. That was not a problem for me, so I kept it off, but it seems in the new game my ropes are actually 3D, but they are not glitching, so they can stay that way. Otherwise I'll be annoyed heavily. As we have a lot of time during this sailing session to discuss many different topics, I thought a little bit about all the AI hype that is lately, that had its boom at some point and right now is causing some trouble in the job market, especially in IT. And sometime I was browsing, I think Instagram it was, and I happened onto a reel about 5-year-olds coding production ready applications using AI, and like, okay, pretty catchy subject, pretty catchy thumbnail. I guess you got a lot of clicks from this clickbait because it's not that simple. It's not that simple. I thought that, okay, it can't be that hard to create an app using AI, so I went to ChatGPT, and with its limited possibilities of the O4 model, and that is free, so with only a few queries a day, I started to create an Flutter app just for the sake of checking if it's that easy. So I wanted to perform like most basic coding training activity, and I decided on to shopping list. Simple, basic, everyone does it during their engineering degree, especially software engineering, sorry, without context. So yeah, that should be simple to do. And it was like, okay, first few responses were fine. It was quite intelligent and well suited for the purpose. But the longer I was speaking with him, the stupider the answers were. and at some point it started to introduce like little errors into the code that if you don't know the framework, you won't catch them. And quickly it turned into a disaster because following all of the ChatGPT steps led me to a code that was not compiling because of an error. And the error, well, I was unable to remove the error because it appeared in automatically generated code that the builder was actually creating, and I wasn't exactly understanding where the automated building code is coming from and how to fix the error. And I had to scrap my project just because ChatGPT was not that intelligent. Of course, it can follow best practices, it can generate some pretty decent code, but really, to tell that 5-year-olds can write production-ready applications using AI, I don't think so. And even more, I'm rather sure that shortly we will see decline in usage of AI in coding because it's introducing so many mistakes, so many little errors that are not that easy to fix once they get implemented one on top of another. So, like, if there's a lot of really small errors that prevent your code from building, it's not that easy to fix, and you have spent considerable amount of time to actually fix the errors before even you can start building your application. And if you were not working on the code, only some business people generated it, then you're screwed. Because first thing first, you will have to dive deep into whatever the AI thought about during creation of the code, only to understand what was the task given and to fix the AI errors. So AI magic tool that allows 5-year-olds to write their own production ready applications. No, it's bullshit. I know, I'm a software engineer. It's bullshit. Yes, it can help you. It can help you. It can generate some decent code. But no, not production ready code. And believe me, if you want to have troubles, please do take ChatGPT code and put it onto production. I guarantee you that you will face some issues. Earlier or later. If you don't fix the issues when pasting the code, you will face problems, or you won't build the application. Because it will be full of errors and it will not build. So, good luck. Oh my god. Yeah, the subject is quite annoying for me. I don't think it's really that life-changing. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's easy to use. That's good. because for a long time AI, let's say, was not accessible for simple person. Now it is. But anyway, it's still the same thing that it always was, so it's really good at guessing depending on its teaching set. So that's that. It's not creating anything new, it's just guessing. Okay, in the meantime, we almost reached Alnidem, so shortly I'll be turning north to actually start sailing in the direction of Alang Academy. And once we're there, I'll be selling my goods. And hopefully snake oil. We will see what's the price for the snake oil. If I don't forget. That is. If I don't forget that is. Luckily it seems the wind is actually helping us. So once we turn north, we'll be sailing downwind. And that's very good. Because we'll be sailing quickly then. Because we can use the whole sail to actually pull us, and that's amazing. So yeah, as always, I want you to be able to enjoy the game and its amazing climate. So I'll give you a few minutes just for you and the sounds of the game. So as always, please be patient, please relax. I'm giving you 5 minutes with the game just to listen to the sounds of water, just to observe the beautiful game and relax. And I'm back with my blabbing. You don't expected that, did you? Of course you did. I told you it will be 5 minutes. Anyway, so we turn to the north and we're sailing in the direction of Island Academy. Hopefully we will be able to reach it this day, because otherwise I'll be forced to anchor my boat and wait through the night, because this island is just too small to sail near it during the night, because it's too easy to just skip and then don't find that you skipped it, because it's too small and it will disappear over the horizon shortly, easily, and all the different things, meaning that it disappears quickly. So yeah, that's important. I would hope that at some point maybe the developer will introduce to the Sailwind that different goods would have some different models. I get that crates are like most universal for carrying cargo, but well, it is a little bit boring to just always carry crates or barrels, nothing else, only like label changes, not the actual model. I get the barrels, okay, they're carrying liquid, they need to be closed so you can't see the liquid. That's fine. I'm fine with barrels. But I think some things were carried in bags, some in the open crates, or maybe, we could carry, for example, liquids in open crates in bottles. That would be something interesting, to have crates for the bottles. And then, for example, as I bought snake oil in the bottles, I could put my bottles in an open crate, and I could carry the open crate instead of single bottles. That would be interesting, to add the open crates. And I think some vegetables, because okay, grain are probably carried in bags, so okay, grain should be in bags. Maybe, let's say, what can we well, the meat should be in barrels in salt, because meat spoils easily otherwise. But I think some vegetables are very resistant to actually being carried in the open air under the deck. So maybe we can see like open cabbages crates, or I don't know, like beans will be in the bags, because they are tiny, so they will be in the bag. What else? So we have the bag, we have the crate, we have the open crate, we have the barrel. That would add some diversity to the cargo. I know there are 3 sizes of crates, so like tiny crate, normal crate, and big crate. But let's be real, they're rarely different. Most cargos are in the medium crates, and well, you just carry always the same stuff. So that's for the developer to consider, maybe in the future, to diversify cargo a little bit. I would love to see different cargos so my boat can be more colorful when carrying different cargos. Or you can easier tell that I'm carrying like full boat of goat cheese. Oh, that would be crazy. Oh no, actually I know what would be crazy. I don't know if you played Oblivion game from Bethesda. It was precursor to the Skyrim, but the Skyrim actually was the most popular. And you see, there were edges. In the Oblivion, there were edges. And at some point in the internet, it was popular to actually like fill the blades headquarters with cheese. And different people did the challenge, created spells in the test editor just to spawn like crazy amount of cheese. And I thought that it would be crazy to actually load whole of the boat with loose pieces of cheese. Oh my god, that would be crazy. To not use crates, to not use barrels, but to just fill the boat to the brim with like loose pieces of cheese. Oh my god, that would be so crazy. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I need a spell to fill the boat to the brim with a cheese. And then we can pay cheese tax. Oh, amazing. Maybe you would like to see the Oblivion on my channel. I liked playing Oblivion. That was a strange game, especially that you were able to create yourself like armor of total invisibility. It was crazy. If you want to hear more about that, let me know in the comments. I will tell you more during the Oblivion session if I'll play one, so keep that in mind. Anyway, we're closing in onto Alan Academy, so we can see it. It's actually there, so that's good. That means we sailed the correct direction all the time. That's good. So, let me close onto that. It's getting pretty dark right now, so let me brighten things up for you, so you can actually see something. That's better, don't you think? So right now it doesn't seem like it's hard because you can exactly see the boat, exactly see the port, and the sky is like amazing. But during real gameplay without color adjustment, this scene was like I've seen only the light of the port and nothing more. It was so freaking dark. I really approached the port seeing only lights of the port, nothing more. Everything around was dark. And it was like, will I approach the port correctly? Or will I actually crash into it? Because I haven't seen anything. I was just, okay, there's a light. Let's follow the light. It was annoying. but sometimes such thing happens. So yeah, I had to deal with that, and luckily right now I'm at rather correct position, but I need to turn hard left to actually collide slightly with the dock for my boat to actually be stopped, and now I can attach the mooring ropes, set the boat in the correct position. So yeah, I took the wrong winch, so I need sheet winch. I want to pull my sheet in to be parallel to the boat middle. I don't like it to stick over onto the dock. I was thinking about going around with the rope, but because now it's not infinite, I can't do that. Luckily, somehow I jumped onto the bridge and I can attach the mooring rope. So let's correct the boat position. Like this. And I'll be skipping the night shortly. So let's skip the night. And I need short break to actually eat something and drink some water. Let me quickly do that. So I need about 2 pieces of cheese and 1 bottle of water, so 5 units of water. So if you haven't noticed, it's around 10 units of water per day and around 2 pieces of cheese per day. So 12 cheeses in the crate lasts you 6 days, and 60 water in a barrel lasts you 6 days. Something simple like that. So yeah, we have something kinda morning, I think. So let's bring the barrels of beer and sell them. I will not be showing you the whole unloading process. You don't want that. So now last goat cheese, I checked. I'm selling it with the profit. And that's good. That's good. So, well, maybe I did not check. So 88. We need 88 coins to actually earn something. And it's selling for... Let's see where it is. Here it is. It's selling for 99 coins. That's good. 87. So yeah, I sold all. And let's see quick summary. And that's all for today. See you soon. Bye.